Hi, in this clip I'm going to show you how to calculate data by using financial functions, primarily the PPMT and the IPMT. You see here on this worksheet I've already used the PMT to calculate my monthly payment, and that is if I had borrowed $35,000 for 5 years at 4.5%. If we look here in B5 and come up to our display formula bar, we see that we have that PMT formula. Now, in this clip, what we're going to do is calculate the beginning balance, the payment, the principal, the interest paid, and the ending balance for each of our payments, all 60 payments over the life of the loan. And the first thing we need to do is get our payment numbers. And this is going to be very important. And I'll show you why in just a little bit. Let's get those down here, 1 through 60, exactly. All right, now the first thing is our beginning balance. And our beginning balance is, as we know, $35,000. So what we want to do is refer to that value. So we're going to put in equals cell B4. And we don't want this to change. So we're going to enter in an absolute reference to lock that in. And it's going to change as we go down, but in this cell we want it to always be referenced here, because if we change this value, if we change this to 37,000, we want that to reflect that change. But let's go back. We're sticking with 35,000. Next is our payment, and our payment is not going to change. The payment will always remain the same. So again, we're going to reference our monthly payment here. So equals B5, and once again, I'm going to enter in that absolute reference. Now the principal paid each month. This we're going to use the PPMT financial function, and the PPMT stands for principal payment. We'll go ahead and go up to the Formulas tab. We take a look here in the function library to the financial category. We're going to click there, and we're going to scroll on down until we find PPMT. We click that, open up our function arguments, and we can start putting in what we need. We're going to start with the rate. This is our interest rate, and it is cell B1. And remember, 4.5% is not applied per payment. It's applied annually. So we have to divide that 4.5% by 12. And we also need to make sure that we add an absolute reference here again, because when we fill this down, we don't want that changing. PER, or period, is the payment period, and it's just one. It's one payment per period. And NPER, or number of payment periods, it is 60. Now, next and the last thing we have to put in is the PV, or the present value. In this case, that is our beginning balance. And that does not have to be an absolute reference, because that is going to change. So we're going to refer to B8 for right now. FV is future value, and we're not looking to get any money out of this at the end of the loan, so that we can leave blank right now. We're going to click OK, and we see that we have $521 paid towards our principal. Now we need to calculate the interest paid, and the interest is calculated using the IPMT, or the interest payment function. We'll come back up to financial, scroll down till we find the IPMT, and again, very similar. We have our rate, which is B1, again, remember, divided by 12, and we want to make sure that we have that absolute reference. Periods is 1, payments, again, 60, and our present value, again, is the beginning balance here, B8. And again, this is going to fill down, so it doesn't need the absolute reference. Click OK. We have $131 going towards our interest. Now, the last one is our ending balance. And our ending balance is our beginning balance minus our principal. So we'll put in a simple formula, equals the beginning balance, B8. Now, here's the tricky part. Remember, our principal is shown as a negative number. So this actually has to be D8 plus D8. And we see our ending balance is $34,478.74. Now, we have to do another row to make this work, and you'll see why in just a minute. Our beginning balance for payment 2 has to be the same as our ending balance for payment 1. So we'll simply put in equals and reference that cell. And we don't need an absolute reference here because this will change. We go to our payment now, and payment is again not going to change. It's always going to be the same. So we will reference our monthly payment here in B5. And this one we do want to add an absolute reference. Now, principal. Principal is where things are going to change. We're going to use the PPMT function again. So we'll come up to financial and find our PPMT. Our rate is the same. Remember, it is B1 divided by 12, and we do need an absolute reference here. Periods, still one payment per period. Number of payments. This is where things change, because right now we no longer have 60 payments. We made one payment, so now we're down to 59. But if I put 59 in here in this function arguments, it's always going to be 59. It's not going to fill down. It doesn't work like that. So we need to put in a formula. We need to calculate 60, which was our total payments, minus, you guessed it, our payment number, payment 1, is 59. And as we go down, it will be 60 minus A9, which is 2, so it'll be 58, and 57, and 56, and on, and on, and on. This is very, very important. It's not going to work right if you don't do this. Our present value, of course, is B9, our beginning balance. So we're going to click OK. And we see that our principal, a little bit more principal towards that loan. Interest, we're going to go to our financial functions again and choose IPMT. And again, it's the same thing. B1 divided by 12. We will add in our absolute reference. Periods is still 1. Now this one we don't have to worry about changing the number of payments. This is still going to be 60. And our present value, of course, is 2. And the reason we don't have to do that is because it is going to calculate that interest on our beginning balance here. We'll choose OK. And our ending balance, again, is equal B9. And remember, it is plus B9 plus D9. All right, everything should be fine now. If we go ahead and we fill this down, we should be okay. We come down and we see we have a 0 balance, and something that's always scary to look at, our total interest paid over the life of the loan was $4,150.34. Not horrible on $35,000. I wish I didn't have to pay that interest, but 4.5% interest, so it's not bad. Imagine the old days when interest rates were like 7, 8, 9, 10. Think about your credit card, 21, 22. But now you know how to go ahead and calculate data by using financial functions, specifically PPMT and IPMT. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.